It's 9 o'clock. Welcome back to Great Days. We welcome Jerry Magee, the old toy picker, in the studio with us as we have a big event coming up in just a matter of weeks now.
Yeah, it's getting closer.
To celebrate, where every week you're going to come in and share some old stuff with us. But tell us about the event first and foremost, because that's the reason you're here.
Well, we're going to be at the Ramada Inn, just off of, on Merle Hay Road on the corner of I-80, the 29th of April through May 3rd, and we're there to buy old toys. Certainly, we're there to praise stuff too. If people have a question, we're happy to do that. But it's a fun event, but everybody get in your closets, get in your attics, and start digging, because we pay cash and we pay good money, and it's fun too. So,
and
to be clear, and it's free to come to it. So.
You're not old; the toys are old.
Both.
Both. Okay, gotcha.
I'm working on the older part myself.
So we have a theme every week, and this week's theme is
toy shows, TV toys that were related to a famous show at the time. And Lou said something about Brady Bunch.
Brady
last
Bunch,
week,
yes.
So I actually bought my personal lunchbox in my collection.
This is yours here,
wow.
huh? Has Greg and Peter
I don't think I've
and
ever
Bobby
seen this
and
particular one before.
Cindy. There's Mike.
Look, no boys allowed. I like
no,
it.
It says no girls allowed. That's what it says right there.
You know,
Nice.
and most of the lunchboxes, famous artists did the designs for these.
Really?
Yeah, and it was really a big deal when they were marketing for the show.
Yeah, because this was big. This is what you had, when the show was on. This was popular. The Monkees lunchbox was real popular, and you had to have a lunchbox like this when you were going to school, because this is what you did for lunch, obviously, and it's in really good shape.
Now, the metal ones, obviously, and then if they have their thermos,
and here's a thermos.
that's what
Beverly Hillbillies,
makes them more valuable, correct?
Yeah, but the lunchboxes themselves without the thermos, like that lunchbox there in that condition is worth about $500.
This one here?
Yeah.
You're kidding.
Yeah, no.
God, it has a little.
Be careful with
this.
it.
The little thermos holder here, and then if it was the right thermos, it would fit in there in this little holder.
With Lou handling it, it's now $450.
Yeah. No, that is amazing.
Now
That's in great shape.
we're going to take a look at some other great things, but we wanted to stump the old toy picker this morning.
know.
So we learned that James Best unfortunately passed away last night, known for
Roscoe.
Dukes of Hazzard. I have, and I know from my dad being a toy collector that metal things and things in a box are more collectible than others. But I had a plush Flash dog that would have been related with Roscoe. Would that have any value now that's
and actually because he passed away, and it's related to Dukes Hazzard Wells, when an actor passes away, the value of the toys that could be related to them go up.
They do, even though it's a plush dog.
Yeah, I mean, plush isn't going to be the most expensive item.
Right.
Anything that has hard graphics, we call it, which would be like on cardboard and paper litho and metal and things like that, have more value.
Okay.
It's a spike, by the way. So if somebody
act now.
Yeah, if somebody would pass away on the Brady Bunch, then stuff would go like this, and then it would work its way back to where it was.
So sell it while it's hot.
So if I want to sell
it's
Flash,
like the
I should
stock
sell
market
them
for
now.
toys.
All right.
Flash, you hood.
I'm trying to find a Flash plush down. I can't find one. What to have you bring it in?
I know.
And this is actually the person that started all the major marketing of TV show related to William Boyd, who was Hopalong Cassidy. He had the wherewithal to say, hey, we should make cap guns and put my name on it. Started there. And then we should make a lunchbox, and we'll just make a decal and put it on a lunchbox. And then as things just mushroomed, they kept coming up with new ideas and new toys.
And games?
This was the question I had from somebody this week on the emails. Anybody that wants to call, you can call me anytime. The phone will be on the screen. Call or email. We're trying to answer all the questions people might have of something in their closet or attic they pulled out.
So what do you have here?
I've never heard of this. Who's been KCMD?
Well, an older show.
Yeah, it's a show that was on ABC.
Okay.
And he played a doctor, and it was a new story every week, but she didn't know what it was either. She said, this is some doctor show game. So I thought it was Dr. Kildare. As it turns out, it was Ben Casey. So I actually had one of these in my personal collection too. So she's probably watching. There it is.
So is this worth something?
Yeah, I mean, and especially again, condition if they're nice and straight, not tore on the edges.
Right.
And people would wrap them for Christmas presents, and price stickers would be on it, and they tear them off. This one actually has the price sticker still on it.
There it is.
So when they're kept in that kind of condition, they really are. This one here is about $55, $65.
Does it matter if all the pieces are in there?
It does, but a lot of the pieces are generic. So if you're missing a game that's got some pieces missing, there's some generic games would have the same pieces a lot of times.
Okay. So like the marker.
Yeah, things like that. The more valuable games are like, for example, Green Hornet. incredibly popular. 200, 300, 400, depending on condition.
Really?
Lost in Space is getting real popular right now. Again, space-related stuff is always
What do we
good.
have here then?
This is Bonanza.
Yeah.
It's a figure. This was actually a figure like a G.I. Joe. And we don't have dolls for you to play with this week, Lou.
Right here.
Yeah. It was a tough week last week. He couldn't put the dolls down. You weren't here, Jason.
It was fun.
You're lucky I wasn't here. I was.
Here's a funny story. This is the Rat Patrol. Do you remember that?
Rat Patrol, yes.
Okay. And a very famous actor was Christopher George. And he died because of this show.
Really?
Because
He died 5 years later after the show was over. He was in a Jeep accident on set, on camera, and a Jeep hit his chest so hard that he was in the hospital for a week. Recovered, everything's fine. 5 years later, he just literally dropped dead of a heart attack. And when they did the autopsy, they saw that his heart was damaged from that Jeep steering. Yeah.
Wow. So now, does that make the value of this go up then?
It does, because it was something. There's lots of stories
Has
to
a
the
story
show.
with it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Especially Christopher George, who people that know it.
Yeah, one of the main guys. Now we have some books here too. What do we have
Yeah,
here?
comics. Anything that's colorful is going to have extra value. Of course, and condition again as well, but they don't have to be in great condition. I mean, there's all levels of collectors for their price range, so you don't have to be a collector of a Brady Bunch lunchbox that's $500. You can have one that's got a lot of extra wear and tear to it that's $50, $60.
And what is this here?
Viewmasters are
Viewmaster, that's what this is, really?
Yeah, and they're very popular.
mom
This
finally
is
got
one of
rid of
those
mine.
things that's spiking as we speak. Viewmasters are absolutely going crazy.
My kids would love that.
I was gonna say I loved my Viewmaster. as a
And
kid.
kids, even with video games and all that movies, these are still interesting to them.
Sure.
They want to hold it up to the
Actually-
light and look at it.
It was amazing how those pictures just.
Doesn't quite work the same.
And I forgot. I still think Sally Field is a nice looking woman even at her age. The flying. Nun.
She's held up well.
She really has.
She
She's
has.
very pretty.
And she's very popular. They made a lot of Flying Nun show related stuff. They have an actual toy that you spin it and it flies.
No way.
Yeah.
Do you think you'll see any of those during your show? Or
I've
not?
only had one ever. I'd like to see one. They're pretty cool. There's plenty of stuff that I haven't seen in a while or still want to see. So bring it in. Get
Bring
your
it in.
attics.
All right.
Bring it in.
So if people
very
do have
fun.
stuff in their attic or their basement or wherever it is, does it matter what kind of shape it's in?
No, like we were saying, a good condition just means you get more money for it. But
Right.
lesser condition, there's still somebody out there that's interested in it. That's for sure.
All right, remind everybody where you're going to be.
The Ramada, just off of I-80 and on Merle Hay Road, the corner, May 29th, which is a Wednesday through Sunday, May 3rd.
And if people want to contact you, they can call.
Yeah, the number's on the screen. Feel free. I got a lot of calls last week, which is
Good.
great. Cause,
Yeah, 528-0241.
if you have a question, like I wonder if I should bring this, hey, call me and I'll tell you.
Or Jerry Magee 42. There you go. At Yahoo.
At yahoo.com.
There you go.
Jerry McKim, I'm writing all this down. I'm going to put this on Twitter here in a little bit, so
All right.
that'll work. So again, what do we have on store for next week?
Next week is going to be Tonka trucks, Structo trucks, some really fun stuff when it comes to that. So
All right, we're looking forward to
we
that.
know
So-
most people have stuff like that.
So if you have any Tonka truck questions or any truck-related questions, toy-wise, send a message off to Jerry.
And they don't have to be the big ones. There's little cast iron stuff that Grandpa used to have. And
Okay.
That'll work.
they held up, so people
I was
have
gonna say
them.
we got to dig through our grandparents' basements. Just don't tell them.
All right, sounds good. Good to see you, man. Good job, as always.
Thank you.
Thanks, buddy.
Thank
It is 9:20. We'll be right back. You're watching Great Day Live.